Hello, everybody. Hello, YouTube. Hello, art history enthusiasts and visual culture aficionados. It's me again, Miss M, and I am back with yet another video. This time, what am I going to be talking about this time? I am going to be doing an art talk. So hopefully it's not going to be a super duper long video, but I'm going to cover, just to not keep you in suspense, I'm going to cover this article about our favorite, Erika Jayne, and her estranged husband, Tom Girardi. I saw this. I'm subscribed to this publication, and I got this in my email, and I said, oh, I got to talk about this. So for those of you who are fans of the show, if you're one of my people, if you're a Real Housewives fan, you're in the right place. You are in the right place. I've done videos about her before, like here it is 2 months ago. And also 2 months ago. And also 2 months ago. So like for a little while, I was really kind of obsessed about that. Not really obsessed, but I'm really interested in that story for a whole bunch of reasons. And there's been a lot of talk about her and her behavior on the show lately and so on and so forth. I'll get into like what I think is really going on. I think there's so much more than meets the eye with this character, with this Erika character, and her husband, especially her husband. I might get back into like talking about what I believe might be going on with their case and all this stuff. The thing about it is my opinion is so like far out that I don't think that anybody's going to agree with me. I think that I'll get into it later when I talk about the article. But as you know, I always start off at my home. Well, not always, but I have been. That's kind of my thing, starting off at my homepage so that you know you're in the right place. And I'm just going to deal with church announcements right away. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Those of you who are already subscribed, all 77 of you, thank you so much. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers, but those of you who are subscribed, I appreciate you so much. You didn't have to subscribe, but you did, and it really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. Those of you who are considering subscribing, why not? Just do it. Just do it. What's the worst that could happen? You might hear some crazy nonsense from a crazy lady named Miss M. That's the worst that could happen, really. And that's not so bad. I'm going to get into doing my Shining videos. Or I need to do another one, because the last one was, pretty okay. Where was it? Yeah, almost 2 hours. So you got to have like a good attention span and a lot of patience to listen to me go through my little 3-minute segments of the movie. I'm branching off into Kill Bill and Full Metal Jacket. I might do another viewer mail again. Who knows? And I want to get into art crimes again. This video is not categorized in my art crimes collection, because I'm just gonna vent here. I'm gonna rant and vent about Erika and Tom and their alleged art collection. I don't believe this. I do not. But we're gonna get to that in a minute. Like I said, church announcements. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you know somebody who might be interested in my madness. You never know. I know my audience is like a niche audience, but there's probably a lot of you out there who are interested in this similar subject matter. Also, and I want to be upfront and kind of transparent about this, I just signed up for Amazon Associates, and I'm going to do it, in my opinion, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. Yeah, I'm trying to get my hustle on and make a little bit of money. Yeah, of course I am. I do this for fun and for love, but I figure, you know what? While I'm at it, why can't I make a cute little coin? What's wrong with that? And I want to bring you, my viewers, and people who follow me on social media like Instagram or this one here, Twitter. I want to bring you guys the best of the best. All right. Amazon is big and wide, and there's so much on there. And I thought, why not sign up for their associate program? There, there's plenty of stuff that will fit the bill for people who are interested in art history, visual culture, films, film analysis, literature, etc., etc., and so on and so forth. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring you, in my opinion, like the best of what I can find on Amazon regarding this kind of subject matter. And usually when you see people doing Amazon affiliates, or any kind of affiliate program, they're always marketing or kind of pushing stuff like, kitchen appliances or makeup. Lots and lots and lots of makeup. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with makeup. I love my skincare products, but I don't think that the kind of videos that I do and the kind of material that I cover, it just doesn't warrant makeup promotions. But it does warrant promotions of books and artwork, and I'm going to try and promote individual artists or individual galleries and people who actually do stuff with their own hands and make stuff with their own hands and stuff that is educational and entertaining at the same time. So here is what I've got for you today for this video. I saw this and I'm probably going to be buying this for myself. It's only about $40 for the paperback, and you've got used versions for $20 and whatever. I need this book, you guys. Symbols, a handbook for seeing. That's kind of what I do. I analyze pictures, images, artwork. I do what I guess it's called, I read pictures. I read artwork. And it doesn't, this is right up my alley. Analyzing pictures or reading artwork, it doesn't have to be limited to just two-dimensional images. It can also be literature and text and whatever, and the figurative language that people use when they give speeches or write essays or whatever. So this book looks like something that would be necessary for somebody like me, and maybe for some of you too. It's not a whole bunch of money. It's only about $40 for, if you want to get a new paperback. And if you want to get a used one, which is probably what I'm going to do, I don't know, maybe, about a little less than $20. So a new pictorial reference book for artists and designers with over 400 images from sources ranging from Greco-Roman art to Benjamin Franklin and Wes Anderson. Symbols offers a fresh approach to understanding symbolism in the visual arts. I'm probably going to be my own first customer for this. I just have to have this thing. I can't. Symbols are embedded everywhere in our global visual culture. That's right. They're right about that. From oil paintings to biscuit packaging, monuments to mass-produced ashtrays. Designers and California College of the Arts instructors Mark Fox and Angie Wang recognize sources, both historical and contemporary, high and low, revealing the narrative riches of symbolism found in a range of media and across times, places, and cultures. Whether human or animate, natural or man-made, each symbol from sun, moon, lightning, and serpent to lozenge, spiral, and swastika, oh dear, is illustrated with both classical and archetypal examples and often surpassing contributions from textiles, fine art, photography, ceramics, African sculpture, ancient coins, modern architecture, Native American crafts, European heraldry, Soviet propaganda, bookplates, film stills, military insignia, and much more. A beautiful, visually arresting compendium that both informs and inspires. Symbols is a vital resource. Yeah, I need this book. And you guys, you might need it too. It depends. Like if you're into my channel and if you're into the stuff that I talk about, you're probably going to be into this book too. I'm going to, from now on when I do a video, I'm going to pick a book and plug it. So you can take a look inside. This, again, it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. Just exactly the thing that I need in my life for what I do on this channel and in my actual real professional life. Yeah, this is it. So you guys, please consider this. I'm going to get one. And you know what? now that I'm talking about this, and we're still in the church announcements portion of the video, now that I'm talking about this, like I have 77 subscribers, so that's like a good little handful of you. And, you know, when I get to 100, God willing, I might do a giveaway. I might like get a book like this and do a giveaway. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea, because I appreciate anybody watching any of my nonsense in my videos, and doing a little giveaway of like a little book or something like that would bring me a little bit of joy and a way of saying thank you to you who have subscribed. Let me know if you think that's a good idea in the comments. My comments section has been much more active than usual lately, and I'm thankful for that too. Thank you, John. I know you're watching. Thank you, John. And whoever else, right? And again, check me out on my socials. This is another one of my Amazon affiliates items, right? This gorgeous painting from a gallery in, I believe, North Carolina. And yes, this is an old work of art. And yeah, it's pretty expensive. But, if you're into that kind of thing, I'm your chicken. That's what I'm going to be providing. And I've also been doing this on Twitter. So HR Geiger Necromonicon. Ooh. Yo. I wish I had the money for this thing. I don't. But I said, let me show the people. Let me show the people. And this one too. This is from the same gallery in, I think, North Carolina. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Old painting. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing this and bringing you all the best of the best of the best of the best that I can find on Amazon. You can trust and believe. And I'm going to still be doing like, Blick promotions and Pete's Coffee, because I love art supplies and I love coffee. So, you guys, now that we got that out the way, now that we got all the church announcements out the way, look for links in the description to this item. And I don't know if I'm going to put links to this or just like, I just don't know. If you're interested, please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm there a lot lately. But let me just get into the real reason why I'm doing this video. To rant, to do an art talk about these people here. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erika Jayne and estranged husband Tom Girardi's art collection up for sale in court-ordered auction. Sure. And I'm back. Okay. So, I had another interruption. Sorry. Anyway, you guys. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erika Jayne and estranged husband Tom Girardi's art collection up for sale in court-ordered auction. Okay. All right. Works by Miro Hockney and Glenna Goodacre are among those being sold to pay off creditors as couple face allegations of embezzlement. Oh, Lord. Like I said, my opinion regarding these two people pictured here is going to be a little bit far out compared to everybody is like just hopping mad at Erika and Tom. And I can understand why. Because if they are guilty of what they're being accused of, especially Tom, Erika is just like, if what they're saying is true, then Erika would just be, I guess, an accessory. Don't quote me. I'm not a lawyer or anything. But some what do they say in the South? Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. I don't believe that we are getting the full story regarding these two people. Okay, those of you who are Housewives fans, whatever franchise, if you like the Real Housewives, you like the Real Housewives, and those of us who like that show, we like it for a reason. There's intrigue, there's drama, it's theatrical, and there's there's fights and like I said, intrigue already. But like there's gossip and there's backstabbing and there's It's a damn good show. It's a damn good show. But the thing about it is, people don't realize, maybe because they're just not thinking in that direction, that this show itself, the Real Housewives show itself, it doesn't matter what franchise, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Orange County, Beverly Hills, Salt Lake City, whatever, Potomac. I was about to say Potomac because I'm stupid, but shout out to For Its Rocks, because I think she said in one of her videos that her daughter always pronounces it Potomac. So do I. But anyway, the show itself, the franchise, and the show as it exists itself, with all of its different incarnations, might itself be a vehicle for something else. And this is where my conspiratorial mind is going to make an appearance. What if the show itself is kind of a net to catch no good nicks? Like, those of you who are a certain age, you know what I mean when I say no good nick. Like Boris and Natasha from the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. As she would say, "Oh, Boris, my little no good nick." And I remember that for the rest of my life. And because I happen to be Eastern European myself, I can pronounce that pretty well. Or that's my ancestry. Listen, something's going on. I don't believe the official story. I read somewhere, and I'm kicking myself for not finding the article or the quote online, that Ronald Richards actually bought the house that these two were living in Pasadena. And the house was rumored to have been owned by John Wayne at some point. I looked, and I'm pretty good at finding shit. Let me tell you, online. You could ask David. If David wants to make an appearance in my comments, that's his choice. But I looked and I looked and I looked. David knows how good I am at finding shit. I couldn't find it. I could not find evidence that that house was ever owned by John Wayne. John Wayne, I think he lived in Newport Beach, so I don't know what they're talking about with this Pasadena house. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Lots of disinfo going on and around and being spread about these people. Okay, so listen, something is wrong. I already told you in my other videos, I already told you my crazy little conspiracy theory about, Tom is Jesuit educated. Maybe you haven't heard, the conspiracy theories having to do with the Jesuits. I don't think that the Jesuits are a bad organization. I actually think they're a good organization. And if Tom is a part of that organization, from my research and my observations, I have decided, based on what I've seen and read, that the Jesuits are a good organization. If Tom is a part of that, then something else is going on. What is that? I don't know. Let me get into this article. Let me stop blathering on, and let me get into this article. Erika Jayne and her former husband Tom, did they even really get a divorce? Has anybody seen the divorce papers? Somebody? People who are covering this story. There are other channels, some of them that I watch a lot on YouTube. There's Alexander Rogers, there's Rodney the Voice, there's Make It Make Sense, there's a bunch of them, James Caldwell. Like, these are top tier housewives review shows and channels and people. So I don't know, maybe I should add them, or tag them rather, in my description. I don't know if they'll get pissed off if I do that, because I'm still a beginner with YouTube. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'll see. I don't know. Anyway, former husband. Did they even get a divorce? Come on now. I just don't know. Anyway, let me get into it. It's not a long article. That's why I'm going to read the whole thing. And of course, inject my little commentary as I go along. Here we go. Works of art by one Miro and David Hockney I've mentioned David Hockney in my other videos having to do with Hunter Biden's art. Check those out. A vintage Steinway piano and a Machiavelli. Goddamn. A Machiavelli first edition. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is like, if you studied this in school, if you ever heard of Niccolo Machiavelli, the prince, there's a good, I mean, if you study political science in any way, shape, or form, you have heard about Niccolo Machiavelli. And, you know, when you hear when somebody's, or something is described as Machiavellian, that means they're up there, no goodnik. They're no good. Oh my God, a Machiavelli first edition, damn, Tom, are among the items being sold from the collection of the estranged couple, Erika, Jayne, and Tom Girardi, in a court-ordered auction next month. So this article was written a couple of days ago, August 24th. All right, so next month. They already did an auction, from what I remember, of the shit that was in Tom's office. Like, stuff that, I took a look at it. The auction website and the photos on the auction website are basically non-existent anymore at this point online. But I remember looking at them when they were fresh. If you're following the story, and you have been following the story, the auction that had to do with that pair of underpants, okay, the red lace underpants that Erika said did not belong to her, whatever. But they already did an auction of the stuff from Tom's office. And I saw pictures. I'm like, who would want this? Who would want any of this shit? This belongs in a storage unit. You know, this, or they could just like give it to charity or something. Who would want to buy this old office furniture and equipment and, you know, pictures up? Who would want a picture of Tom? Who? That's crazy. Anyway, but they already did one, and they're going to do one again next month of allegedly this art and stuff from their house. Okay, so far the only artists mentioned are Juan Miro and David Hockney. A Steinway piano and a Machiavelli first edition, those are collector's items. Maybe you could say they're antiques, I don't know, but they're not art. They're not art, they're not paintings, they're not sculptures. So Juan Miro and David Hockney. Okay, let me keep reading. Girardi, a disbarred lawyer who helped win a high-profile legal case in the 1990s, which inspired the film Erin Brockovich, is facing allegations that he misappropriated millions of dollars in settlement money from clients, including burn victims and relatives of those killed in the 2018 Lion Air plane crash. I have been wanting to do a video about that, but again, especially the Lion Air thing. But I am so scared that people are going to just jump on me and say that I'm a terrible person. And I guess you can use your imagination as to why I'm worried that the backlash would be terrific if I went ahead and did that video. Something's not right. All right, something does not make sense about the Lion Air case. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. I think I've hinted at it in my other videos. I don't think I said it flat out. I've hinted at it. Nobody's asking the right questions. And that kind of like steams my broccoli when I see that something doesn't make sense. And not only are people, I mean, they've latched onto I'm going to sound like a conspiracy theorist, and I apologize. But they've latched onto the official story about Tom and this Lion Air situation and like what happened with the Lion Air plane crash in the first place. Sorry, I squeaked. In the first place. I guess I'm not like with my tea or my coffee now. So I'm going to be a little dry. So you're going to have to forgive me. But something about the Lion Air case itself does not make any sense. And Tom happened to be one of the lawyers. I think one of the lawyers, one of many, representing the relatives, the families of the people who died in that plane crash. Just doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense. I might do that video. I might get over my fear and do that video. But, okay, cool. Let's keep it moving. Jayne, a cast member of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, is alleged to have colluded with him to fund her lavish lifestyle. And now, why are they using these words? That whoever wrote this article, Annie Shaw. Thank you, Annie, for putting this together. You know, they're not using definitive language. They're not using like written in stone language because they're using the word alleged. Because it's still up in the air, isn't it? I mean, I'm not following this case like a hawk and keeping my eye on every single little thing, but I know the gist of it, okay? They're using the word alleged because they have no choice. The person who wrote this article, the person who wrote this article has no choice but to use the word alleged because nothing has been proven yet. I'm telling you right now, fans of the show, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Erika's not going to jail. Tom is not going to jail. They might they might come up with stories like this about they have to pay the victims or whoever. Who are they paying for this? Hold on. Hold on. Court-ordered auction. Okay. Court-ordered auction. Okay. So, they're being ordered to do an auction to pay somebody. Who? Who's being paid? I don't know. In the comments, if you know, tell me. But who's being paid? Is it the families of the victims of the Lion Air plane crash? Is that who's getting paid from this alleged auction money? I don't know, but it's still very suspicious to me. Jayne, a cast member, is alleged to have colluded with him to fund her lavish lifestyle. In one court filing, it was disclosed that Girardi's law firm may have paid up to $25 million of his wife's personal and professional expenses. I can't talk today. Expenses, including $850,000 on hair, makeup, and nails. Oh. Wow. Okay, so this is a photo of the interior of their home. I feature that in another video. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. All right, is this what they're talking about? Is this, I guess, hutch over here a collector's piece? Is this painting over here fine art of some kind? And this one over here, and this one over here. I haven't seen these photos before. I don't think I've seen this photo before of the inside of their home. But is this the kind of stuff that they're selling in this auction? If they are, okay, they mentioned Juan Miró and David Hockney. None of this is Juan Miró and David Hockney. The hutch, the painting over here, the painting over here, the painting over here, above the fireplace. That's not David Hockney. That's not Juan Miró. Just saying. Just saying. Maybe it's in, like, another list, but whatever. Moving on. And the caption on this photo is the Thomas and Erika Jayne Girardi residence, courtesy of John Moran Auctioneers. Okay. The lawsuit alleges the former couple misappropriated, quote, client settlement money to protect an image. I'm sorry. I'm having a bad night. The lawsuit alleges the former couple misappropriated, quote, client settlement money to project an image of wealth and to prop up a lifestyle made for reality TV, end quote. Jayne was I'm sorry again. Jayne has vigorously denied knowing anything about Girardi's alleged financial wrongdoings, declaring on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, quote, this is not who I am, and I hope this is not who he is, end quote. Really? Okay. All right. Is she telling the truth? I'm not saying she is, but I'm asking the question, is she telling the truth? Because, what if she is? The people who talk about this case are basing it on articles that they have read, or, the show, or, that LA Times article, or other bloggers and people like that, basically regurgitating other articles that they've read. But can anybody really talk about the case in a way that actually, spells everything out in detail and what's really going on? I have yet to see it or hear it. I'm not, no, the channels that I watch on YouTube, the people that I named, I love them. I adore them, and that's why I watch them. However, they're reporting on stuff that they can report from other sources that they're safe for them to report on. All right, that's number one. And number two, do they have the time? These are people who work and have lives and everything. Do they have time to really research this case? Because it would take a long time. It would take a lot of time and a lot of effort and energy and strength to really figure out what the fuck is going on here. That's what I'm saying. This is not cut and dry. This is not a simple case. No. Anyway, Jayne said, "This is not who I am, and I hope this is not who he is." All right, Erika. Their collection, which includes furniture, decorative art, books, and sports memorabilia, comes to the block on the 21st of September after a federal bankruptcy judge allowed Girardi's estate to enlist an auctioneer to sell off his valuables last month. The proceeds will help pay off his creditors. Who are those? Who are they? Who are his creditors? Is it the Lionaire families? Is it the burn victim person? Or is it just, is Girardi and Keese even a law firm anymore? Is that, can anybody, I was about to say, well, I could just Google it, but could I? Is that information publicly available? Do we know? Is it cut and dry and clear as day as to whether or not Tom's law firm is still in existence? Maybe those are the creditors that they're paying off. If they've dissolved the law firm, maybe they have unpaid bills. I don't know what's going on here. This is so confusing. The proceeds will help pay off creditors. Okay, Girardi, who is 83 and has been ruled by a judge incompetent to handle his own financial affairs, has been diagnosed with late-onset Alzheimer's and dementia and was moved into a nursing home last year. After more than 20 years of marriage, the couple announced they were getting divorced in November 2020. Their often televised Pasadena mansion went on the market last year, eventually selling for a reportedly below market price of $8 million. So I guess that wasn't enough to pay off creditors. And what did Ronald Richards buy that house? Somebody help me. Among the more than 200 items going under the hammer at the Californian John Moran auctioneers next month are a Miro lithograph, estimated at $800 to $1,200. A lithograph! Oh, the nerve! A lithograph. Of course it's not an original. Of course it's not. Why am I surprised? Why am I surprised that it's not an original Miro? Lord! And a smaller work by the Spanish artist valued at $700 to $900, etching is the subject 1977, from Hockney's blue guitar portfolio of etchings, is expected to fetch between $3,000 and $5,000. Oh, that's peanuts. That's not big money. That's chicken feed. $800 to $1,200, $700 to $900, $3,000 to $5,000. That's bullshit money. They're not going to pay off any creditors with that. That's some that old bullshit. The bullshit. This is just for show. This is now. Maybe I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but all of this that you're hearing me say when I offer my commentary on the situation and whatever, that's just my opinion. I mean, that should be obvious, but I guess I have to say it. It's just, whatever I say is just my opinion. Sometimes based on stuff that I've read, sometimes not based on anything, just me, like, speculating. Okay? This is all just my opinion. This is nothing. $5,000? Nothing. Nothing. What can you get for $5,000 in today's world, in today's economy? You make this. Lord Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. 800 to 1,200, 700 to 900, 3,000 to 5,000. That's a little more than jack. So they're in today's economy. Oh Lord! And if they have the debts that they allegedly have, all right. That's chicken feed. That's peanuts. That's not going to pay off anything. That's a joke. That's a joke. They're going to sell off a Hockney, a portfolio of etchings, really, and a Miro lithograph estimated at 800 to 1,200. These people. Well, what that tells me is, look at these prices. If they are true, if they are authentic appraisals of these items, this is nothing. This is nothing. You could easily get artwork by living artists that costs way more than this. Way more. Something is not right here. Something, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I have my suspicions, but no. Okay, let me keep going. 3 bronze sculptures by Glenna Goodacre, who created the Vietnam Women's Memorial in Washington, D.C., are also being sold. The largest of which, Crossing the Prairie from the year 2000, is estimated at $30,000 to $40,000. Okay, that's a little bit more money. All right. Other lots include a 200th anniversary edition of a Steinway piano from 1997, valued at $40,000 to $60,000, and a first edition English translation of Niccolo Machiavelli's 16th century political treatise, The Prince, which could achieve $2,000. This is still peanut money. Okay, let's say the 3 bronze sculptures are each valued at $4,000, the higher end of the estimate for one of them. Okay, so 40,000 times 3, that's 120,000. Who are they going to pay off with that? I know it sounds like a lot of money, 120,000. Not really. 120,000 plus, let's say 60,000, that's 180,000, plus these little, change, the spare change that they're getting from the Miro lithograph and the Hockney and the thing. I hope there's some more stuff that they're selling off, because 120, 130,000, they're not going to pay off anybody with that, especially if their debts are as high as everybody's saying they are. Something is not making sense. Something is not making sense. And that's if these items fetch anywhere near these estimates here, these appraisal estimates. These are estimates, by the way. That's why it's a range. That's why they say between 800 and 1,200, between 700 and 900. That's a range that they might not meet. They might not get their reserve price. Are they going to have just like with their house? What did it say here? Where's the thing? Yeah, they sold the house for below market price. Are they going to have to do that same thing with these auction items? Because these prices don't, just because they put these prices here doesn't mean that's how much they're going to sell for at auction. I might have to keep an eye on this. Lord. Well, now I'm gonna have to really keep an eye on this. If if time allows, because again, I got a damn job. Stupid job. Can't keep track of Erika Girardi because of my job. And or all the other stuff I want to do on this channel. Listen, like I said, something's wrong. Something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. If it's hard to, I have a sense for this. I'm not psychic, no, and I'm not very smart either. But I have a feeling that something is very wrong with this story. Something's very wrong with this story. And yeah, I'll go as far as saying maybe Erika and Tom are not villains. Just because there's something wrong with the story doesn't mean there's that these two are a couple of, Boris and Natasha. Oh Lord. I'm gonna call them that from now on. That's it. That's it. It's not Tom and Erika anymore. It's Boris and Natasha. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm having too much fun with this. But let me know in the comments, you guys, if you're catching what I'm throwing. Let me know. I don't know if I'll tag any of my favorite YouTubers who specialize in housewives stories. I don't specialize in housewife stories, but because this has to do with what I believe is like an art analysis of sorts, that's why I'm here. You guys let me know. You guys let me know if I've completely lost my damn mind. Yeah, and I've been following the stuff on the show, what are their names? Ooh, what are their names? Um, Garcelle, who I love. Yes, and her son has been treated terribly by these harpies, like Diana and Rena. So I'm 100% Team Garcelle. Sutton, I don't know. I do not know how to feel about Sutton, and I still don't really know how to feel about Erika. But my opinion is teetering towards the positive because, like I said, I think there's something else afoot here. And Erika, I believe she is trying to come across as unlikable on the show. I believe that's what she's deliberately, this is what I believe, my opinion. I believe she's deliberately cultivating a nasty, villainous image on the show for whatever reason, maybe tied to whatever's going on with her and Tom and all this other stuff, but she wants people to hate her. She's conscious of her image, and she's deliberately and on purpose trying to be loathsome. But no, I think Erika's actually possibly, maybe, perhaps working on the side of good. You guys let me know whether or not I've completely lost my mind. But that's my opinion at this point. I will, try to look into some more of this stuff, maybe come back with another video, maybe exploring the Ronald Richards purchase of their home, maybe if and when the auction happens, maybe do a little rundown of that. And again, don't forget Diana. Don't forget Diana Jenkins. Diana Jenkins stepped into a puddle of shit that she didn't even see. She should have been more vigilant. I'm actually cool with it because the stuff I've read about her, she deserves every bit of it. She's a terrible person. But never mind all of that. I might talk about a little bit more housewife gossip on my next video. And, for the time being, once again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I appreciate you all. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for returning. If you're a new viewer, thank you for being new. Keep coming back. I'm going to try harder and harder to make these videos better and better. Let me know how I'm doing. If you like it, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button, if that's even possible anymore. And if it's not, just leave me a comment telling me what I did wrong. Also, don't forget, check out this book. Don't forget, check out my socials. And I'll leave you with this marvelous picture of Boris and Natasha. Until next time, you guys. Until I find another reason to talk at you. Once again, I appreciate you all of you who are watching. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and bid you bye-bye. So, Bye-bye, everybody.